We've come up to the office today to pick up literature for a local election in Burnley. While we're here, we're going to have a word with Clive Jefferson about some charges they received when the BNP and other nationalists were holding a demonstration outside a Liverpool Crown Court. Can you tell us a bit about it?
It was quite a media event. It was there was maybe 20 of us, 30 of us, demonstrating outside the Liverpool Crown Court about the horrific Rochdale paedophile ring. And members of the public were coming over. They were very interested in our message. And I took some literature, left the placards and the tannoy, and walked peaceably amongst the public, giving them literature to inform them what the protest was about. And the police, I think you've got some video footage of it, Derek, surrounded us, said that if I didn't go back in the designated area, I'd be dragged off and arrested. I gave 2 leaflets out, and sure enough, about 4 of them dragged us off, cuffed us behind my back, manhandled us into a police van, and took us into custody for giving literature out. And I argued that under Section 10 of the Human Rights articles, we have the right to have, hold and impart political periodicals materials, and I was exercising my right. As you remember, Derek, like, it was a spontaneous demonstration of nationalist groups outside Liverpool Magistrates Court, not the Crown, when I was charged and taken to court for leaving the designated place of protest. It was apparently an offence, and it was quite interesting because when we went there, when I appeared at the Magistrates Court to defend that one, the police pounced on us as soon as we got there. We had all this on footage, and they said they had a state of emergency and a Section 40 in force outside my court appearance, and that there was a designated protest area for our supporters who had turned up over the road from the Magistrates Court. So they said we'd be arrested if we left that area. So we complied, and everybody moved over the road with the placards, the freedom of speech placards, etc. And Dawn and a few of the ladies asked the Bronze Commander if they could hand out literature in front of the court, telling people what we were there for on that particular day. And the commanders that day said it was no problem, which was an interesting one because that's exactly what I was at court for.
Can you tell us a bit what happened when you went into court, Clive? What they wanted to do when you got into court?
The first trick they pulled, there was 5 or 6 other people arrested on another day. They tried to put me into a trial with those other people, non-related. They tried many manoeuvres, but because of the support, because of the fighting fund that people have been donating to, we had a really good legal team on that one, because it was a really important case. We either have political freedoms or we don't. We're either allowed to give out our political message on the streets, or the police can stop us. So we had to fight that one. And the good news for everybody, if anybody has booked time off work on the 10th, please don't turn up, because we've just heard today from our solicitors that after we've called the police on the second demonstration, we've called the commanders as witnesses to say, basically to ask them how it was all right when I appeared at court to leave the designated area to give literature out. We sent them a load of precedents, a load of requests for information, and today we've just heard that they've backed down, and an official not guilty verdict will be entered in the court for that one. So the news today, Derek, is that we have the right of political association, we have the right to give out political periodicals, we have the right to have our political opinions and to give them to the general public. But it's absolutely crystal clear that we've got to fight for that right. So we're within the law, but given the slightest excuse, especially in some areas in the northwest, Merseyside, up in Scotland recently, it's clear that the political police force are shutting us down at every occasion, and we've got to fight these cases, and that's what our fighting fund was about, and that's what we've brought about, quite a major legal victory there.
So this fighting fund, Clive, can you tell us a bit more about that? Because if anybody's out there and they are giving our literature out, or as a matter of fact, other people that's giving literature out, what do they do if they get a charge like you?
If they're giving our literature out, and if they're on an official BNP demonstration or going about organisers, officials, if they're on official British National Party business, if anybody gets arrested, there was a gentleman arrested last week, my advice is to ring head office, not to make any statement to the police, just go no comment, contact us, and we'll certainly help you out with whatever we can on those, because this fight against the establishment, the fight for political freedoms, is one that's going to become key to the political future, freedom of speech, freedom of expression, and general political freedoms in this country. Now, what I'm going to do, this particular one in Liverpool, they've entered an official not guilty verdict for me. That case won't stop there, because I was manhandled, I was dragged off the streets, the press photographed it, I was in all the national newspapers. So I'm going to be going for them now for wrongful arrest, for false imprisonment, for political intimidation, and if I get that compensation, which I've been advised that we probably will, I'll be donating the full amount of compensation I get for that into the fighting fund to help future nationalists in this situation.
And where do they get in touch with the BNP? Can they ring the main?
Ring the main line if you want any advice. Ring the main line. Obviously we can't support everybody that's got the troubles all over the country, but the fighting fund was designed mainly for our people, our activists, official literature distribution, anything that's genuine that we can control, the people going around in a lawful manner, we'll help our people out. I'd just like to thank everybody that the fighting fund, it started with Job in Scotland actually, who seen the arrest and just went round friends and work associates and started building up money and sending it down to Central Party, and we sent a few fundraisers out, and people have warmed to this one. I'd like to thank all those people for that, and I'd also like to thank the people that turned up to support me outside the court. It was absolutely chucking down with rain that day, but everybody came, 40-50 people in good spirits, peaceful demonstration. I'd just like to thank everybody that supported us throughout this whole incident.
Thank you very much.